Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the Pink and Plus app. I hope we find you safe and well. Delighted to bring this to you this evening, joined by Norwich City legend, Premier League winner, and now Pink and columnist Chris Sutton for a Q&A all on Norwich City, his time at the club. We're also going to touch upon the current situation at the club.
Put this shirt along from, now you weren't even born then, Connor, were you?
I wasn't, Chris, I'm afraid. No, but I remember...
So yeah, that was the one which I wore in the game against Bayern Munich when you weren't
Lovely
born.
stuff.
So you'd know that. Of course, you're familiar with the game, though.
Oh, I know the game, of course. I've seen that Jeremy Goss goal so many times. It just comes in from someone who's calling themselves Jay, which I appreciate them for this. They said, "Evening, Chris. Where does heading up the Pink and Q&A with Connor rank in your career highlights? Above or below winning the Premier League?"
Well, as you're on, it'll have to be nice. Right up there. Yeah, absolutely right up there. Yeah, well, when I was at Celtic and Gordon Strachan took over, I fell out with Gordon within about 5 minutes of him taking over. Well, we didn't see eye to eye over a contract situation, which, he had, he had his ideas. I had my ideas, and I got stuffed a little bit over a contract situation. That's the long and the short of it. And I actually got somebody to call Norwich City. This was when Nigel Worthington was in charge, and I was playing very well at Celtic at the time, and I think Norwich were in the Championship, and wanted to try and come back to the club, but that didn't materialise for whatever reason, which I was a little bit surprised about, on the basis that, I was, playing a high level of football at that particular time. Thought that, I could come back and help Norwich. It wasn't about, I hadn't demanded anything outrageous financially. So that was a big disappointment that I couldn't come back and finish my career at Carrow Road. And Cat and the Canary hasn't mentioned that chance I missed.
No, they haven't. No.
I maybe shouldn't have mentioned it then. It was a massive shame. Robert Fleck was a brilliant player for the club. I've got to say, coming up through the youth ranks, Robert Fleck was the main man in the first team. And when I got my chance to play in the first team, he was really welcoming, and he was brilliant with all the younger players. A popular figure around the club.
Great question.
Yeah. How long have we got, Connor? No,
I'd like to eat at some point tonight. So
no, I'm only joking. Do you know what? I mean, a big part of me scoring goals at Norwich City were, and I'm not just saying this, but it is as a striker you rely on service. Ian Crook, who was it Robert Rosario mentioned?
That's it. Yeah.
So yeah. That may be the real Robert Rosario, who knows, was after what happened the last season in the Premier League, finishing so meekly, was losing the last 9 or 10 games, going down, at a whimper. A lot of the players are still here at the club. And I just wondered whether the doubt would start creeping in at the start of the season. And I felt for Daniel Farke in that respect, because the first few games were horror games, and I sensed that the players maybe didn't believe enough. And I do think that, if the players aren't going to believe now after the last couple of results, when are they ever going to believe? Stupid things, throwaway lines, don't want to be in the Premier League, don't deserve to be in the Premier League. And I would use that as a motivation at the end of the season to stick 2 fingers up at everybody and enjoy staying up and proving everybody wrong. And I would be thinking that, and I really hope the Norwich City players take great delight in all those people who wrote them off at the start of the season staying up and saying, you were wrong, and we've proved you wrong.
Here, Chris. Thank you very much for your time, for answering the questions. Thank you all very much for sending in the questions. That was excellent. I'm sure everyone who watched will agree. Thank you very much for subscribing to the Pink and Plus app as well. Plenty more content, including Chris's columns, which are usually there on a Wednesday. Always brilliant reads as well. So thank you very much. A Norwich City-less weekend for us this week. So a little bit of time to rest and take stock before, as Chris says, a big game against Crystal Palace. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you soon.